La 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 la, starting soon, of course. Well, I have got some settings here that I am going to try out. So you just have to bear with me, my no viewers, and let me get ready here. Yeah, you just got to let me get ready on my side over here. Let me get all the necessary things done. Mic check. All right. So that was basic. I'm just double checking some settings here. Even though I have low CPU usage, I've set some priority settings here a little bit differently in my Ableton Live so that I can achieve a little better audio quality. Yeah, like I was saying, a little bit better audio quality, hopefully, and all that cool stuff. And in order to do that, I had to go in and change some priorities around in my task manager settings. And yeah, and so because I'm kind of new to all this stuff, I realized that that doing that was necessary and essential. Okay, so we've got this, this, and this. Interesting stuff here. And I think I'm going to change this. I liked it before where it was, but I'll deal with that in a minute. Anyhow, this tutorial is going to be about loudness, and I don't know if you could even call it a tutorial because, just because, you know what I mean? I mean, that's just the way it is. All right, so I got no viewers as usual, as per usual, which is fine. Guess who doesn't cry when I don't get viewers? All right, I'm going to freeze these tracks and save you the boring stuff. So even though that takes a long time to do here in this live stream, this is probably half the amount of time that it's taking normally. Normally this would be a lot longer of a process. And I don't even think I need to freeze anything, to be honest with you, but I'm just doing it just because. And let me just make sure everything else looks good. I mean, I'm just doing it because it's good practice, like, because I'm going to be focusing on loudness today, and I don't want to be distracted by EQs. The only thing I do want to be distracted by is this one little setting here. And let me do something here. I think I want to set my MIDI control surface to the output gain of the input, the output gain of my fader. There we go, of my master fader, and then also OBS, and I want maximum to be okay. So I want to set maximum 0 for both. Let's see here. Here's what I mean. Maximum 0 dB. So we're gonna go maximum 35. We're gonna go maximum 6, so that they're both in sync with one another. So when I bring this down to infinity, it's infinity, and then when I bring this up to 0, this is up to 0. So you're going to hear what I'm going to hear from now on. Instead of the audio going directly out to, oh wow, that's pretty CPU intensive. That's strange. Anyways, instead of the audio going directly out, mic check, 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 mic check. Instead of the audio going directly out to only me, you're going to actually hear what I am going to hear from now on. And we'll see if that works or not, because I have a tendency to mix quietly, and I have my mic up loud. And the reason I have it set up this way is because it is better for me to have control over my side, so that the listener is able to hear all the details without having to struggle to listen. But like I said, we're going to try something different today and see what happens. Yeah, so loudness. Today is going to be all about achieving loudness. So this does fall into the EQing realm, and here's why. Because as you increase the loudness, you will need to make some EQ curve adjustments. So let's figure this out together as a team. Remember, keep it fun. If it's not fun, then why are you even doing it? I mean, of course, unless of course you're getting paid the big bucks. All right, so there we go. My camera's actually functioning now. It's not stuttering and popping. And let's see if the audio plays back at a decent level. Mic check, mic check, mic check. All right, thank God that I was messing with the wrong fader, the actual microphone fader. Let's try this one more time. And part of the reason is, once again, I'm over here being a video audio nerd, and I forgot to do the most basic thing, which is to turn on my monitoring system. And let's try this one more time. Yes, this is a very boring intro. I haven't figured out what I want to do for an intro yet. which is kind of odd. It's usually the other way around for me. Okay, so I got a sneaking suspicion this is going to be very easy to make loud. And that is coming from experience. So I already took the time. If anybody's here watching that just showed up, you saw that in the previous 5 video sessions, I took the time to EQ out the unnecessary garbage. I took the time to maximize the loudness to a degree that didn't cause too much distortion and too much and any pumping at all, because I don't really like that when it comes to limiting. And so now it may be as simple as just slap a clipper on the master channel. But what I like to do, and let's see if it actually destroys the sound or not. What I like to do, and I want to check something because I changed my settings, is I like to put comper on the master channel. Now, comper usually creates a massive lag in the system. And so we're going to find out, not comper, but Chanev, right, which is this like EV type emulation, for whatever that's worth. So do I sound pro? Yeah, I said EV, right? Or Neve, there we go. I said Neve. Now I sound pro, like when I say LA2A and stuff like that. None of which I have ever put my hands on. Outside of software emulators. So let's put the Chanev on here and let's see if it causes a crazy lag or not. Usually if I have Chanev open, if I have span open and loudness meter, I will get some lag. So let's see if I get some lag. Right away I'm noticing I'm getting lag. So let's see if I get lag with span, and I can see that I am kind of getting some lag here. So let's see if we can hear some lag with span and this Chanev. So I'm still getting that lag. So that totally sucks. I did speed things up slightly. The lag isn't as extreme as it used to be. Let's see if I get the lag with the loudness meter. And it looks like I will also. Okay, that's not nearly as bad as having span and the little Neve emulation open here. So like I said, I just like to have this open on the master channel even though, as far as I can tell, I might just need to just drop a clipper on here and then call it done and loud, because we're already up at 7 and the mix is looking and sounding good to me. So let's see if we can destroy it. Let me maybe find one of the louder parts here. Maybe. So that's probably going to be a louder part. So if you're easily annoyed by repetition, then walk away now. But let's see if I can find an actual louder part here. So this is probably going to be about the loudest section right here, because it's this constant rolling, rumbling RMS level. And so I'm going to go ahead and loop that and see how destroyed I can make it first, and then I'll back it off. And so for that, I need to deal with this this filtration system that I have on right now. I do have a dust filter on in the recording area, so let me go deal with that. I'll be right back. All right, my apologies. It is not a recording area, although I do record little noises. This is the mixing area, and I need to pay attention to details right now because this is the important time. I'm going to destroy this with the mic preamp, and so yeah. Well, that's weird. Oh, okay, so that'll help if I turn it on, huh? There we go. So notice that right away as soon as I turn it on, and maybe it's my imagination or not, not sure, but as soon as I turn it on, we get that little bit of something, right? And you're not going to hear that if you got background noises going on. Let me grab a reference tool and we'll put on the EQ curve analyzer and see if that's just my imagination or not. All right, so here we are with Chenev here, not activated. Let's turn it on. Let's turn on phase and see what happens. So there we go. It does something immediately as soon as I turn it on, and that is what I hear. It shifts the phase just ever so slightly. Interesting. There's a little bit of a roll off, and then the unnecessary frequencies in the high end are being tapered off as well. That's around. Oh shoot! It starts to roll off here. Well, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. It might explain why I like it on the master channel, because it has that high frequency roll off going on. Anyways, let's hear it again. Let's get this loud part and let's try to destroy it with the mic preamp, and then destroy it with the compressor, and then maximize it into the limiter, and then back all these settings off. Now that's a lot for me. Usually, let's just turn this EQ section off. I'm not even using it. Usually I don't even use that much of the preamp ends. Let's hear it again. So I like what it's doing. It's not destroying the sound. It's adding just this little bit of sizzle that's really kind of cool. And now let's open up this and see how loud where we're at as far as loudness goes compared to where we were. So there we are there. Let's hear it again. So that's fucking insane. We're up at minus 4 LUFS. And everything's set to the wet setting. So that means there's nothing slipping through. But just to be sure, I'm going to go ahead and put a limiter on here just to see if it even touches the limiter, because I might be overlooking something by maybe turning off that EQ section. It might be creating a channel strip that's running straight through that I'm not aware of. Let's see here, because usually I leave the EQ on. This is the first time I've actually turned it off. Let's just put a goofy limiter on here. We're going to call it wave. It's not a goofy one. It's a good one, actually. Let's put wave breaker on here. We'll make sure everything's set to 0. We want no drive. Compensate to 0. We don't want this. Normalize mode. Let's leave everything up at 0 and see if and there is a little bit of gain reduction happening. So let's see if I turn this channel back on real quick. If I take this down, turn this channel back on, if the gain reduction stops happening. No, actually not. So that just destroyed the sound, actually. So, okay, interesting stuff. All right, so there is gain reduction happening. Let's see, clarity 1, clipper, peak meter. Let's try this. What is this? That kind of sounds cool. Let's see here. This clarity one's good, I guess. Let's maybe throw some more saturate on there and see what kind of crazy shit we can get out of this. pretty fucking loud. So there we go. We're here, and let's check it against the loudness meter. Let's see what actually is happening. So this is not a clipper, and so it's not going to be as aggressive. Although it sounds okay. Alright, so we got clicks and pops and all kinds of bullshit happening. So I changed the priority settings, and that was obviously not enough to record a video and, to live stream a video and do the audio. So from now on, I think what I'm going to do is just record short form videos in order to preserve the audio quality. And yeah. That's probably what I'm going to do from now on. I do want to take a look at something else, though. I want to see something here in span. I want to see where that bass level is at, because I did add added like a decibel and a half of bump, so I should be right around minus 30. So we're up at above 30. So I could, if I wanted to, right? I can go from minus 4, maybe up into like the minus 3 area by really clamping down on that low end. But it already sounds distorted and crunchy and nasty because of this plugin, this channel strip. So I'm going to take off the channel strip, and I'm just going to simply put on a clipper before this limiter. I like this limiter settings. I like how it sounds, so that's cool. Now I didn't play with the drive here. That's kind of interesting. So what's interesting too is I've got a limiter going into a limiter, and you can hear the difference. Right, you can really hear that protection of the signal before it hits this. And so that's what I'm going to achieve with the clipper here. So clipper is it's just the easiest way to pretty much just say my song is done, but you have to know how to mix first. You can't just push into the clipper and be like, hey, there's a clipper on the master channel, I'm done mixing. Let's see what happens here. Just leave the clipper at its normal setting, because I'm not really sure how loud anything actually is. Let's see here what we got going on. So as far as like quality goes, this sounds a lot cleaner. This obviously had some mic preamp junk going on, and then some EQ preamp junk going on. And I sort of liked that, what it did to the bass sounds. So what I'm slowly starting to realize is, although I can crank out the sound with this channel strip on the master channel, I should not put the mic preamp distortion or the EQ line in distortion on at all. And I should maybe use this on basis. Maybe even like a parallel channel for a kick drum to give like the kick drum some fuzziness, if that makes sense. But as far as cleanliness goes, this is probably by far the best option here. Yeah, this is by far the best. I mean, this is nice and loud. I've got a shitload of I've got 4 decibel. Let's just leave it at 4 decibel. Let's just call it 4 on the money of input gain into the clipper. Maybe I'll play with the knee settings here. I really like this combo. So I like this kilohertz with this knee setting into this wave breaker right here. This is kind of a cool setting. I want to play with the drive. So this is a new plugin to me. I saw this plugin just recently on Sage Audio, and I thought, well, how cool is that? Let's see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. And it's doing it and then some. And look at this amount of gain reduction. Interesting. There's gain reduction going on right now. What I mean by that is I don't know how this thing functions. I don't know what this is supposed to be. If I double click it, what does it do? You know what I mean? Like type of thing. Interesting. Yeah, so I don't know what I just fucking did here. Seems like I made it quieter somehow. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that's probably pretty cool right there. It's interesting that a little bit of the signal gets through, and I wonder if that has to do with the knee settings here. But I like it. I like the knee settings on the kilohertz clipper. It's pretty cool. As far as the sound goes, I'm gonna try playing with this a little bit more here. I'm not sure if this is the best option, but so far I'm pretty impressed with like the clarity of the mix. And I'm gonna start not using the Neve emulation on a channel strip anymore. And let's see if by taking that off I changed the sound. Interesting. It seems like I changed the sound just by having that off. So that's something I've noticed as well. So watch, check this out. So I'm gonna show you something really quick. Whoever happens to roll through here and check this video out at a future date, my no viewers. So reference tools, let's go EQ curve analyzer. Let's check it out. So we got EQ curve analyzer, nothing in between it. We're gonna turn on the phase. Everything's cool, right? So I'm gonna drop in this off. And then boing. Okay. So it is definitely doing something. Let's drop in the kilohertz one and see what it does. Just fucking nothing. So that is clean as a whistle. Let's drop in wave breaker and see what that thing does. Wow, we got all kinds of phasey funkiness happening here. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Let's turn it off and see what it does. Still. Okay, and I wonder if that has to do with the this preserve. So the saturate is at 51.7. Let me turn that down and see what that does. No. Okay, let's put that back up where it was. Where were you at? 51.7. Oh, interesting. The controls are backwards. Got to scroll down to make it go up on the mouse wheel. 51.7. Where are you at? Where are you at? We getting there. How cool is that? This is pretty precise. I like that. That's really cool. So the preserve is at 24.2. Let's see if that changes the phase at all. No. 24.2. Oops, the wrong way. That's backwards, but how cool is that anyways? 24.2. Yeah, interesting stuff here. It's working. Now here's what I wonder. What if I just slap another kilohertz clipper behind the clipper and I turn off this waves jam? Let's hear this real quick. Let me turn these guys off. So I definitely like this channel strip being on here. Because of what it's adding. It's making some weird phase fucking shit going on here. So that's true to the sound. I'm going to turn this back on. I like the way this sounds better. So whatever this phase shit that it's introducing, this wave breaker actually makes it sound better to me. It gives it more of a raw edge. Maybe try LOUDNESS. That's an old free. This is an old free whatchamacallit, limiter. I'll turn on intersample peaking. Let's see what this does when we turn on LOUDNESS. So immediately it just, to me anyways, maybe it's just my imagination. I don't think it is. It kind of destroys the sound. So there it is. There, you heard it here first. You saw it here. You heard it here. We're up at -4 decibel, and you saw me push it up to -3.9. Long story short, if you have made it this far into the video, the loudness comes from the mix, right? So here's what I mean. The loudness comes from the clips themselves being clean and being pushed to their limit on the actual channels themselves. Because these clips, because these faders are already mixed, I'm not going to normalize any of the samples. But usually what I do along the way is I consolidate and normalize, and that's just to keep the